folks, it's now showtime here in the Crazy Horse Saloon. Please give a nice round of applause and welcome onto the stage the Crazy Crew and the Crazy Horse Gang in the Scrooge musical for Christmas.
Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to the Crazy Horse Christmas Carol. I'm here to tell you the story.
And I'm here to pick the nose.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Charles Dickens.
And I'm Dinky the Clown. Hey, wait a minute.
What?
You're not Charles Dickens.
No, I am, honest.
No, you're not, because Charles Dickens, he was a 19th century novelist, a genius.
Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you very much. You're far too kind.
Well, why should I believe you?
Well, look, I'm qualified to tell you the tale of a Christmas Carol because I know it like the back of my hand.
Prove it.
Well, there's a small hole on my thumb. There's a little
No. Don't tell us about your hand. Tell us the story.
Right, well, here we go. Marley was dead to begin with.
Pardon me?
That's how the story begins. Marley was dead to begin with.
It's a good beginning. It's creepy. And it's kind of spooky.
Thank you very much. I thought you'd like it.
You're welcome, Mr. Dickens.
Now, in life, Jacob Marley had been the business partner with a shrewd moneylender by the name of Ebenezer Scrooge. And you're going to meet him, folks, as he comes around that corner.
Where?
There, keep your eyes peeled. He's coming out.
When?
There he is, folks. Ebenezer Scrooge.
Say, isn't it getting cold round here?
Ooh.
When a cold wind blows, it chills you through the bone.
Places your arms like years of being alone.
Who paint you with indifference like a lady paints with rouge. And the worst of the worst
Most hated and
is
cursed.
the one that we call Scrooge.
Unkind as an
And the breath of many is Ebenezer Scrooge. There goes Mr.
Humbug, there goes Mr. Grin. They gave a prize, believe me, the winner would be him.
Oh, Scrooge loves his money cause he thinks he gives him power. If he became a flavor, you can bet he would be sour.
There goes Mr. Harvey, there goes Mr. Greed. The underhanded master of the underhanded deed. He charges folks a fortune for his dark and drafty houses. Small folk blind in misery, and even worse than mountains. He must be so lonely, he must be so sad. He goes to extremes to convince us he's bad. He's really a victim of fear and of pride. Look close and there must be a sweet man inside. Now, Mr. Outwish, there goes Mr.
He has no time for friends nor fun.
Don't ask him for a favor cause he's nasty graces. Oh, Scrooge liked the cold. He was hard and sharp as a flint. He was secret and self-contained, as solitary as an oyster.
There goes Mr. Grill.
Never gets, he only takes, he lets his hunger rule. His really is a way of life, he's practiced and
rehearse. Then all that work is paid off, cause Scrooge is getting worse.
Every day, in every way,
Scrooge is getting worse. Humbug!
Oh, what an unpleasant fella.
Yes, I'm afraid so, folks. He was as tight as Robbie Coltrane's wife fronts. He really was. He is a squeezing, wrenching, grasping, clutching, covetous old sinner. Let us deal with the eviction notices for tomorrow, Mr. Cratchit.
But tomorrow's Christmas, sir.
Well, let us gift wrap them then. Then just who was to arrive but Scrooge's only living relative, his nephew, Fred. Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you. Humbug. Christmas a humbug? I'm sure you don't mean that. I do. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. What right have you to be merry? You're poor enough. What right have you to be sad? You're rich enough. Bah! Humbug. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. If I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart.
Oh, Uncle, I think Christmas is a good time, and I say, God bless it.
Let me hear another sound from you, Mr. Cratchit, and you'll celebrate your Christmas by being unemployed!
Now, it was Christmas Eve, and at this time it was customary for well-meaning folk to come along collecting donations for local charities. Here he comes.
Howdy.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm from the Charity Foundation of Victoria. We're here to collect donations.
Hello, this jolly old gentleman is Mr. Scrooge.
Hello.
And he's very generous to charities.
My dear nephew.
What? Well, this time of year, Mr. Scrooge, we like to collect for the poor and destitute, you know.
Are there no prisons? No workhouses?
Plenty of those, thank you very much.
Good. For a moment there I was worried.
As I say, at this time of year, we like to collect for the poor and homeless. How much can we put you down for, Mr. Scrooge?
Nothing.
Oh, you wish to remain anonymous. You wish to remain unknown, then?
I wish to be left alone. I don't make merry myself at Christmas.
That's certainly true.
And I can't afford to make idle people merry.
That's not true.
Haven't you got better things to do this afternoon, my dear nephew?
Sadly I do, Uncle, so I should make my donation and leave you to make yours.
Humbug.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Oh, thank you.
Uncle, you come and have Christmas dinner with me and Clara tomorrow?
Why ever did you get married?
Why? Because I fell in love.
That's the only thing sillier than a Merry Christmas.
It's no use, Uncle. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, Bob.
Merry Christmas, sir.
Humbug.
Now, Mr. Scrooge, what about this donation then? Thank you very much.
Now let me see. My taxes go to pay for the prisons and the workhouses, yes?
Yes, but some would rather die than go into them ones.
Then they had better do it and decrease the surplus population. The door is that way if you can show yourself out.
Excuse me, Mr. Scrooge, but it appears to be closing time.
You'll want all day tomorrow, I suppose?
If quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient, and it's not fair. I suppose you must have the whole day? Be here all the earlier next morning.
Well, thank you, Mr. Scrooge.
Humbug.
He once lived in chambers that belonged to his business partner, Jacob Marley. It was a horrible place. It was a dark, dismal heap of brick on a dank, decaying street. Now, once again, folks, I've got to remind you that Jacob Marley was lying rotting in his grave.
Oh, yuck.
No, but you've got to remember that, because if you don't remember that, nothing that follows will seem wondrous and strange.
Why are you whispering?
It's for dramatic emphasis. Now, you explain to me, how did it happen that Scrooge, when he put the key in the lock of his door, he saw not the brass knocker, but the face of Jacob Marley? Scrooge.
Humbug.
Now, to say that Scrooge was not startled would be untrue. Still, the moment had passed, and now the world was how it should be. So, he made his way inside, caring not a jot or tittle for the darkness, because the darkness was cheap, and he liked that. Here he is, he makes himself inside, he's locked the door, thus securing against surprise, and he settles himself down in front of the fire.
Who are you?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
It looks like you, but I don't believe it.
Why doubt your senses?
Because a little thing affects them. A slight disorder of the stomach makes them cheat. Yes, you may be an undigested bit of beef, a blob of mustard, a crumb of cheese. Yes, there's more of gravy than of grave about you.
More of gravy than of grave. What a terrible pun.
Where do you get these jokes?
Don't criticize me, Jacob. You always criticize me.
Ah, but Scrooge, when I was alive, we were a team to be reckoned with. Just think, Marley and Scrooge.
We're Marley and Scrooge, avarice and greed. We took advantage of the poor, just ignored the need. We specialized in causing pain, spreading fear and doubt.
And if you could not pay the rent,
We simply threw you out.
That was the year we evicted the entire orphanage.
Yes, I remember all the little tights all standing in the snowbanks with the little frostbitten teddy bears.
We're Marley and Scrooge, our hearts are painted black. We should have known our evil deeds would put us both in shackles, captive bound by double iron, exhausted by the weight.
When freedom comes from giving love,
So prison comes with hate. We're Marley and Scrooge. We're Marley and Scrooge.
But, my friend, you were not unfeeling to your fellow men.
True, there was something about mankind I liked. I think it was their money. Scrooge, you're doomed for all time. Your future is a horror story written by your crime. Your chains are forged by what you say and do. So have your fun when life is done. A nightmare waits for you.
My friend, you're getting chains. Why do you wear them?
I wear the chains I forge in life through acts of greed. You too wear chains, though they are invisible.
Humbug. Speak comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give. You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Haunted. But I've already had enough of that.
Without their visit, Scrooge, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Expect the first when the bell tolls 1.
And with that, the spirit of Scrooge's former partner vanished, leaving Scrooge alone and exhausted in his room.
Bug.
This is scary stuff. Should we be worried about the kids in the audience?
No, don't worry, this is culture.
Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold me?
I am the spirit of Christmas past.
What business has brought you here?
Your salvation. Take heed. Rise and walk with me.
As the words were spoken, they passed through the wall, and Scrooge found himself in an empty classroom.
Good heavens, spirit. It's my old schoolroom. I know it all so well. The desks and the smell of the chalk.
And he familiar too. A solitary child, neglected by his friends.
It's me, spirit. I was often alone. More time for reading and study, a time for solitude. Why, it's Fanny! Fanny!
She cannot hear you. These are but shadows of things that have been. They can neither see nor hear us.
Oh, it's time to bring you home, dear brother. To bring you home, home, home.
Home, little fan.
Yes, home for good. Father is so much kinder than what he used to be. You were to be a man and never to return here.
Oh, you are quite a woman, little fan.
Oh, come, Ebenezer.
Always a solitary creature. But she had a large heart.
So she had.
She died a woman and had a child, I think. Your nephew, Fred.
Yes.
Come, let us see another Christmas.
And then Scrooge found himself on a city street, looking at a building he'd not seen in simply years.
Tell me, Ebenezer Scrooge, do you know this place?
Know it? I was apprenticed here. Why, it's old Fezziwig's. It's Fezziwig! Bless his heart! Is
Is Fezziwig alive again?
Yo ho, my boys and girls! Ebenezer, Dick, everyone! Yo ho, my boys and girls! No work this evening. Clear away. Let's have lots of room here.
Why do you smile so, Scrooge? A small matter to make these folks so happy. What is the matter, Scrooge?
I should just like to say a word or two to my clerk just now, that's all.
My time grows short. Quick!
Another year to our wedding, Ebenezer.
And it can't be helped, Belle. How can we marry now when we haven't even got enough for a decent home? The investments haven't grown as they should.
You said this last year.
Business continues to be poor.
But you're a partner in your own firm now.
Just clearing expenses.
You said partnership was your goal.
This is for you, Belle. I love you.
You did once. Until your nobler aspirations have fallen off one by one. Until monster, passion, greed engrosses you. I release you. May you be happy in the life that you have chosen.
Show me no more, spirit. Conduct me home. Why do you delight in torturing me?
I told you. These are but shadows of things that have been, that they are what they are. Do not blame me.
Take me back. Hold me no longer.
The spirit disappeared, and Scrooge was once again alone and exhausted in his room. All he could do was wait for the nearby clock to begin to strike the hour. But as the clock had finished chiming, nothing.
Come and know me better, man, for I am the ghost of Christmas present. Have you seen nothing like me before?
No, never.
Really? Over 1,800 of my brothers have been before me. Come, have you never seen noticed how wonderful Christmas looks now?
In all honesty, spirit, no. I've never understood about Christmas.
Never understood? Well, before this day is ended, you will understand. Now may I welcome you to Christmas morning.
It's in the singing of the street corner choir.
It's going home and getting warm by the fire. It's true wherever you find love. It feels like Christmas. Getting warm by the fire.
As for you with a friend or a brother,
It's true wherever you find love. It feels like Christmas. It is a season of the heart, a special time of caring that makes a longing clear.
it is the season of the spirit. The message cheerfully hear it is make it last a year.
The child not give to another, the myth that made by mother.
In all the ways of each our love is like Christmas.
Child will always remember.
This is song of the song of December.
As for love, it is like Christmas. It is the season of the heart, a special time of caring, the ways of love made clear. And it is the season of the spirit, the message if we hear it is make it last all year.
It's in the singing of the street corner choir. Carry out again, warm by the fire. It's true wherever you find love. It feels like Christmas. It's true wherever you find love. It feels like Christmas. It feels like Christmas.
Christmas.
It feels like Christmas.
Hello, Spirit. Yes. Spirit, I wish to see friends. No, kin. Show me family. It's Fred. My dear nephew Fred and his wife, Clara.
He said that Christmas was a humbug. He believed it too.
Oh, more shame for him, Fred.
He's a comic-con fellow, and that's the truth.
I'm sure he's very rich, Fred. At least you always tell me so.
And what good does it do him? He doesn't spend it on himself. I feel sorry for him.
I know he takes it into his heart to dislike us. And what's the consequences? He misses a good dinner.
Indeed, he misses a very good dinner. Come, let's raise a toast to Uncle Scrooge. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to the old fellow, wherever he may be.
Come, Scrooge, for we have much to see.
Why have you brought me to this poor corner of town, Spirit?
It's Christmas here too, you know.
Perhaps it was the Spirit's own generous nature and his sympathy for all poor folks that led them here, to the home of Bob Cratchit, Scrooge's faithful clerk.
Look, Mrs. Cratchit's making Christmas dinner.
Mother, I thought you said we're not allowed to eat the chestnuts until Father and Tim came home.
I wasn't eating them. I was merely testing them to make sure they were not burned. It's a chef's thing, dear. And do not shout, Belinda.
Come on, son. Let's go and see if Christmas dinner's ready yet. Oh, Merry Christmas, Belinda.
Oh, Daddy!
It's time to set the table, Belinda. Go ahead, chop chop.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Emily.
Merry Christmas, Cratchit.
The Christmas dinner, the goose, the goose!
Oh, no, you'll get too excited. You go and sit down and have a rest. Go on. There. And how did little Tim behave?
Oh, as good as gold and better. He told me that he hoped the people saw him in the church because he was a cripple, and it might be nice for them to remember upon Christmas Day who made lame beggars walk and blind men see.
Remarkable child. And with that, the Cratchits raised a glass to celebrate Christmas and the coming of the new year.
Mr. Scrooge.
Bob?
It only seems right that I should lift a glass to my employer on Christmas Day. I'll give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. If I had him here, I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and I hope he'd choke on it.
Oh dear, the children, Christmas Day.
Well, I suppose on this blessed day of Christmas, we should offer a toast to Mr. Scrooge. Even though he is an odious, stingy, wicked, and unfeeling, and badly dressed.
To the founder of the feast, Mr. Scrooge!
Yes, to Mr. Scrooge, you'll be very merry and happy on this day, I've no doubt.
No doubt.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, God blesses everyone!
Tell me, Spirit, will Tiny Tim live?
I see a seat in the chimney corner. I see a crutch without an owner. If this scene remains, the child will surely die.
Oh no, kind Spirit, say he will be spared.
If he be like to die, he better do it. And increase the surplus population! Come, our time grows short.
Spirit's life so short.
I do believe our time on this globe is very short indeed. I believe it will end upon the strike of 12.
Now? But Spirit, I have learned so much from you.
I think I must go and leave you with the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
The future? Oh, but Spirit, must I? But nothing Scrooge
Pause for knowing better.
But nothing Scrooge could say or do could stop the relentless, terrible bells. Am I in the presence of the ghost of Christmas yet to come? Spirit, I fear you more than any man I have yet met.
This is too scary for me. I don't think I want to see anymore.
Yes, I think you're quite right. You're on your own, folks. We'll meet you at the finale. Bye for now.
I'm prepared to follow in line with a thankful heart, Spirit. Will you not speak to me? Oh yes, the night is waning fast. Lead on, Spirit.
I don't know much either way. I only know he's dead.
I thought he never died. What's he done with his money?
Well, he ain't left it to me, that's all I know. Oh, God blimey. Back from the House of Sadness, I see.
Yeah, should have died years ago, the old skinflint.
Yes. Now, what have you got for me, my dears?
I've got his curtains. Very fine damask.
Very cheap damask. Worth a few coins.
Well, I've got these blankets.
His blankets? Well, Mrs. Dilbert, you don't get it warm. And you don't get extra for the warmth, you know.
Well, you should. It's the only warmth we ever had.
Well, all I can say, he's worth more to us dead than he ever was alive. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of all the people who've assembled here, I would merely like to mention, if I may, that our unanimous attitude is one of lasting gratitude for what our friend has done for us today. And therefore, I would merely like to say thank you very much, thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me. I may sound double Dutch, but my delight is such. I feel as if the losing war's been won for me. And if I had a flag, I'd hang my flag out to add a sort of celebration touch. But since I left my flag at home, I simply have to say thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very, very, very much.
I love it, I didn't know it.
Thank you very much, thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me. It makes a lot of bunch, but my delight is such. I feel as if another life's begun for me. And if I had a cannon, I would fire it to add a sort of celebration touch. But since I left me cannon at home, I simply have to say thank you very, 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 very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Hey! Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me. It isn't every day good fortune comes my way. I never thought the future would be fine for me.
Here, would you be quiet? My baby's trying to sleep.
Begging your pardon, missus. And if I had a bugle, I would blow it to add a sort of as if on a touch. But since I let the bugle on, I simply have to say thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very, very, very much.
Jolly good fella, for he's a jolly good fella.
But I'm a jolly good fellow.
So say all of us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me. The future makes me long. In fact, it makes me old. I never thought my mother would be sad for me. And if I had a drum, I'd have to bang it to add a sort of rum-ti-tum-ti touch. But since I have been drumming along, I simply have to say thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Oh, yes, indeedy. Oh.
I understand, Spirit. The case of this unhappy man might be my own. Let me see some happiness connected to this world. Bob Cratchit's house, a place of joy and laughter. Thank you for bringing me here, Spirit.
Mother, you're crying. No, It's the colour, it hurts my eyes.
Not Tiny Tim.
It makes them weep by candlelight, and I wouldn't show weak eyes to your father when he comes home, not for the world.
He has been walking a little slower these past few evenings.
Yes, I have known him walk with Tiny Tim on his shoulders. Very fast indeed.
Hello, dear.
How was the churchyard?
Oh, it would be lovely, Emily. It would have done you good to see it. I picked a spot on the hill, and you can see the ducks on the river.
Tiny Tim always loved feeding the ducks.
Oh, Spirit, must there be a Christmas filled with such sadness? How can we endure it?
Oh, it'll be all right. Life's made up of meetings and partings, and I'm sure we'll never forget Tiny Tim, nor this first parting among us.
Oh, Spirit, there is one question I must ask. I fear to, but I must. Who was the wretched man whose death brought so much glee and happiness to others? Before I draw near to the stone to which you point, answer me one question. These events can be changed. A life can be made right. Oh no! Ebenezer Scrooge! Oh no, Spirit! I am not the man I was! I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all year! I will not shut out the lessons the spirits have taught me! Oh please! Speak to me, Spirit! I'm home!
That's right, folks. The room was his own, the chairs was his own, the table was his own.
Hi guys, we're back.
We promised we would be, but the thing that made Scrooge the happiest of all was that his life now lay before him. The events he'd just witnessed could be changed.
Oh, Jacob Marley! Heaven and Christmas time be praised for this! I say it on my knees, oh Jacob, on my knees! Oh, I'm as happy as an angel! I'm as light as a feather! I'm as merry as a schoolboy! I'm as giddy as a drunken man! A Merry Christmas to everybody! And a Happy New Year! Oh, I don't even know what day it is. You boy, what day is it today?
Today? Why, it's Christmas Day.
Christmas Day! I haven't missed it! The spirits have done it all in one night. Oh, they can do anything they like. Of course they can, of course they can. Hello, my fine fellow.
Hello.
Tell me, do you know where the poultry shop is in the next street?
Of course.
An intelligent boy. A remarkable boy. Do you know whether they still got the prize turkey that was hanging in the window?
The one as big as me? Yeah, it's still there.
A delightful boy! Go and buy it for me!
Yeah, right.
No, buy it for me, and I'll give you a shilling. No, I'll give you 5 shillings.
Hey, and the boy was off like a shot.
I'm going to take it to Bob Cratchit's house. What a surprise it'll be. It's twice the size of Tiny Tim.
A few moments later, Scrooge emerged on the city street to wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
Everyone's out and about this fine morning, and look, here comes a familiar face. Frightening, isn't it?
Hello, Mr. Scrooge.
Excuse me, sir. About the charity donation you asked me for yesterday, would you put me down for...
How much?
And not a penny less. There are a great many back payments in that, I can assure you.
Well, I don't know really what to say, Mr. Scrooge. Well, thank you very much, and I would like to give you something for your troubles, a Christmas present.
A gift? For me? Oh, thank you. 50 times thank you, and a Merry Christmas!
Here's your turkey, Mr. Scrooge.
Follow me, lad! This joy with the growing family, every girl and boy will be nephew and niece to me. open doors, and we bid you welcome. What is mine is yours, with a glass raised to toast your health, and a promise to share the wealth. I will sail a friendly course, file a friendly chart, on a sea of love and a thankful heart. Life is like a journey, who knows when it ends? Yes, and if you need to know the measure of a man, you simply count his friends. Stop and look around you. The glory that you see is born again each day. Don't let it slip away. How precious life can be. I do make this promise every breath I take. We use now to sing your praise, and to beg you to share my days. The glowing guarantee that even if we part, I will hold you close in a thankful heart. I will hold you close in a thankful heart. Bob Cratchit.
Mr. Scrooge.
You, sir, were not at work today as we did discuss.
But sir, we did discuss it. You gave me the day off.
I? Ebenezer Scrooge? Would I do a thing like that?
Well, no. I mean, yes. But you did.
Oh, I've had my fill of this, Bob Cratchit.
And I've had my fill of you, Mr. Scrooge.
And therefore, Bob Cratchit.
And therefore, you can get out of this house.
And therefore, Bob Cratchit, I will have to raise your salary. Yes, Bob.
Oh.
Raise your salary and pay your mortgage on your home.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Scrooge.
Bob Cratchit, would you and your family like to join us for a little turkey dinner this fine Christmas day?
Oh, Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
And Scrooge did all this and more.
And Tiny Tim?
And Tiny Tim did not die.
Oh, isn't that great?
In fact, Scrooge became like a second father to Tiny Tim. He became as good as a master, as good as a friend, and as good as a gentleman as the good old city knew. And may it be said of him, folks, that he always knew how to keep Christmas well. And may that be said of all of us. And as Tiny Tim will now observe,
God bless us.
God bless us, everyone! This promise every breath I take will be used now to sing your praise. Used now to sing your praise. Beg you to share my days. Beg you to share my days. The loving guarantee that even if we part, I will hold you close in a thankful heart. I will hold you close in a thankful
Let's hear it for the music of Scrooge! The Crazy Crew and the Crazy Horse Gang starting from this end. We've got Bradley River, Stefan, Amanda, George as the curtain starts to close, Kevin, Catherine, Justine, Ben Shelley, Deborah, Dinky and the Professor, and of course getting the applause going for the #1 show band. Dusk, we got Dave on bass, Pat on drums, Gareth on the keys, and of course Steve on the guitar. Well, the entertainment hasn't finished yet. Do stick around. I'll tell you everything that's going on in just 2 minutes' time. And also what's going on tonight. We'll see you in a minute. Showtime once